Good evening, Mr. August and members of the Siting Board. Thanks for providing us with the opportunity to speak with you this evening. My name is Ray Phillips, Phillips. I live on Whispering Pine Road in Sudbury. I'm here this evening both as a private citizen and as president of Protect Sudbury. The process for awarding energy projects is fatally flawed when the burden of proof is placed upon a community in the 11th hour of a process that began in 2008. The process is broken when proposed project designs are decided by ISO New England strictly on the basis of construction cost alone. Construction costs that have historically been over budget by as much as 79% from their initial estimated cost. The process is broken when environmental impacts are evaluated qualitatively and the real cost of the damage to property, environment, and the health and safety of residents is never objectively quantified. Instead, the petitioner can formulate their own evaluation criteria, bias it towards their desired outcome, and form conclusions based on incomplete and inaccurate accounting. The process is broken when non-reliability factors such as a $5 million annual windfall to Hudson Power and Light, a $9 million funding to a cash-strapped MBTA, and the influence of an underfunded and overcommitted Department of Conservation and Recreation are introduced into the decision-making process. These are factors that have absolutely nothing to do with reliability, but everything to do with backroom deals and handshake agreements. Agreements that may look like a win-win for the participating parties, but are absolutely a lose-lose for the citizens of Sudbury. While technically the petitioner is considered a public utility, I would argue that their public responsibility is now at best an afterthought. They are first and foremost a for-profit multi-billion-dollar corporation, yet they are still afforded the special rights and privileges of a publicly responsible institution. Rights which allow them to request and potentially obtain a complete and total variance from our town's bylaws and zoning requirements. These are the very same bylaws that this community has put into place to protect us from the adverse effects of projects such as this one. My cynicism and skepticism is founded upon my firsthand experience with the petitioner. A corporation that acknowledges the wishes and desires of citizens with their lips and then walks out the door only to deny them through their actions. This is what an unbelieving community simply finds unbelievable. If one were to construct a list of the key factors that would constitute the most undesirable location for a new transmission line, it might look something like this. It would cause permanent and lasting damage to protected and environmentally sensitive areas. It would be located in densely populated residential areas to maximize the danger to public health and safety. It would be sited through historic sections of an historic community so to forever change the character of that community. It would pose a threat to the town's drinking supply. And finally, it would cause long-term damage to the local economy and cause unrecoverable financial losses to both businesses and homeowners. And yet, these are in fact the key characteristics of the petitioner's so-called preferred siting. My final point, thank you. My final point is about the people that will be most impacted by this proposed project. They are the homeowners and the businesses, the people who use our water supply, the people who enjoy the use of our unspoiled conservation areas. These people are here this evening because they care and are concerned about this petition before you. Sudbury will not go quietly into the night. We have no intention of turning over the stewardship of our conservation lands to a company with expertise in transmitting energy and maximizing profits, but with no track record of acting in the best interest of the communities they trample through in order to meet their corporate profitability goals. This community is fighting for something, though, much more important than a transmission line. We are fighting for the fundamental rights that have defined this community since its incorporation in 1632. We are fighting for the right of home rule and self-determination. These are the values that our country was founded upon, and these are the same values that Sudbury has fought for throughout its history, and we don't intend to stop now.